Hey everyone, Andrew J. Polk here, host of Talk El Paso, airing live now 4 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday on News Radio 690 KTSM. We have, of course, been continuing our mayoral election series as we do ever since we've been on air, and we've been having these mayoral elections during our time frame. So we have more of the candidates here for you. Hopefully listen to them, and remember to go out and vote. Enjoy. Joining me now, we have Dino Martinez, candidate for El Paso mayor. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Well, good morning. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you very much for coming in. We are continuing our mayoral series here and very happy to have you on. For people who are not familiar with you or your campaign, introduce yourself, please.
Hello, folks, and thank you for having me here this morning. Good morning, El Paso, Texas. This is Dean Martinez. I want to thank you that you're here listening on the station. My platform, main thing, is to turn on and support the people of El Paso, Texas. I am a people's person. I have, in the past, worked at the Department of Defense and worked with 5,056 people. I supported them for 28 years, and we were able to turn around and meet our projects and our goals. And on that itself, I found myself that if I could do that with the Department of Defense, I could do somewhat just as good a job here in El Paso, Texas. I'm an ex-airborne ranger, and I come from a family of 11 brothers and sisters, a mother who raised us by herself. And what else can I say but that I love El Paso, Texas. This is the great city to be at. I was also raised in Oakland, California. And the difference I know between California and El Paso is we are one of the greatest cities in the United States. And I like to and love to stand behind El Paso, Texas to represent you.
So what specifically made you want to run for the office of mayor here?
Well, see, way back then when we were kids, we were raised up the old-fashioned way where people had respect for each other. They had kindness. They looked, when they projected looking at you, they always looked at the better of yourself. It wasn't something that they could turn around and take from you. Actually, it was something they could add to you. And we listened to these things, and we listened to our parents and the issues that come up. And if we did something wrong, of course, we were corrected. But we are those, people want to see us as the old people, but, new is not always great. And sometimes if you go back to the experience of what people put together, and especially when it comes to raising families and having love and respect for you, it goes a long ways, rather than those who turn around and expect something from you that you don't have.
Okay, so you have a few main policy positions that you're running on. First one being kind of dealing with United States veterans and issues. What are some of your major priorities of elected office on that topic?
Well, it's been said over and over again that the United States vets are not being properly represented or taken care of. And that I cannot say that we haven't. And if it wasn't thanks to Donald Trump during this COVID thing, we would not have had a chance to turn around and see the doctors, the outside doctors, on the issues at hand of what we are suffering due to injuries of the past. There in the military, we received either service-connected or injuries in combat. And the veterans are getting older, and they need medical attention, just like your parents do when it comes down to non-vets. And the other issue is there seems to be a thing throughout the nation that the police department has to be reformed. And they want to defund police departments. I want to reform it. I want to be able to turn around and give you an idea of what can be done to the greater of El Paso, work in the way that El Paso works when it comes down to our families, our businesses, and the respect of how police officers are all about. Now, we live right next door to a nation that's one of the most dangerous in the world. A city that's right next to us. Here it comes to El Paso, Texas. We're one of the safest. Now, it doesn't make sense to turn around and say if something's broken, to fix it, because El Paso isn't broken. We have one of the greatest, and to myself, what I've seen as an ex-airborne ranger, the greatest police department we've ever had. And I want to continue on to turn around and add to it. Once Chief Allen retires, I do not want to see him go. But once he retires, he would be replaced with two acting commissioners. that we would have in its place, which was the best to turn around and run the place without taking more money out of our budget. They would continue on taking the money. Taking the salary of what Chief Allen had. Now, the best of the two is what's going to run the police department.
Okay, so to address this, you kind of answered two questions there. To address this point briefly, you want to more or less keep the budget in general, or just for the replacing of the police chief for the El Paso Police Department the same? Are you looking to do any other changes to the budget overall, or is that all going to be kept the same?
Well, see, at this time it would be the same. It would be kept the same. Why? To the point that we're not having any money that's generating. We have slowed down. There's no more money coming through. The only way we could turn around and get more money into this without causing any repercussion to the taxpayer is to have the governor help us out. But at this point, we're doing okay. The point is the people, not necessarily everyone in El Paso, but there's young people who want the police department to be reformed. We're going to give them what they have, what we want, what they want, and what we can give them. But temporarily, until everything returns back, then we're going to go full force of what we need to do. And in time, we'll be able to turn on and meet the budget, and if not, add to the police department a little bit more than what we have. And what I'm trying to explain without putting us in a broke situation. But you understand when you start to see how the police department reacts from that little money that we have, because they're hurting very much with equipment, with their training on that equipment that they trained with. And we need to, that's just one thing. Thank God we have the police, our vehicles that are up and up. But there are some El Paso police that do need to be put back in shape. And we want to turn on and work on the mental and the physical.
If you're just joining us, my guest right now is Dino Martinez, candidate for El Paso mayor. Mr. Martinez, if they want to find out more information about your campaign or connect with you all, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
But that's a great thing, because for a while I was having problems with my cell phones. I was losing them, breaking them, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, they can reach me at dean.wayne.martinez@gmail.com. And if they want to get a hold of me by my number itself, it's area code 915-801-6423.
Okay, so to go back to one of your previous answers here, actually, on that of the priority for U.S. vets, you put out a lot of very concerning topics here about the way things have been happening here, but specifically from the office of mayor, what could you do feasibly, or what would you plan on doing to accomplish those goals of better services for the veterans in our area?
I need to get a hold of our representative, our congressional representative, and I would like to get on with our senators of the state of Texas. Let us get together here and start bringing these things that are causing a block into supporting our United States vet, especially those that have that have medical problems where they can't even go out and work. We know about the PTSD. We need to get more involved into this because of our returning vets. And Paso, which brings into another topic. Other than that, I don't want to get too much into, but I want to mention we do have a lot of people with mental issues, and that seems to bring a big problem into El Paso, but we have it all over the nation. It's how we deal with our veterans that we need to give them the proper and the best mental and medical support that we can.
So one other major issue that has certainly fallen right in the lap of City Council and the Mayor's office over the past couple of administrations, actually, is that of the 2012 Quality of Life Bond projects and the signature project for that, what has become known as the Downtown Arena or the Performing Arts Center. There's been some conflict between the ideas of economic development, displacing people, and things like that. So where do you stand on how to move forward or not move forward with the 2012 Quality of Life Bond, the signature project, and the arena and the area of Duranguito?
Well, let's just bring up Duranguito right now at this time. Duranguito itself should not be messed with, because that's part of our historical areas that we live up to how El Paso in that area started off. This is history we're dealing with. It's not something to just turn a page and just turn around and eliminate it and just put something there. I mean, we have some wonderful history that's here in El Paso, Texas. To eliminate that, we're not El Paso any longer. We're just another city that's just surviving, getting by. when it comes down to the quality of life bond itself, it's imperative that we turn on and we support the people of this quality of life thing. It shouldn't just be made up with just a handful of people. People need to do, like in this radio station itself and out to the TV stations, reach out and get some answers or some questions and question the people out there who are out there that vote for this quality of life bond. One person doesn't speak for everyone. It can be, but I feel over the years that our candidates, our aldermen, our councilmen are not going out there to reach out to the people, having their town meetings. They're great places to speak to them at PTAs. Even right outside out in the parking lot. But go out and do your job and represent the people of El Paso and start listening to them. Because this is where we're coming into a block where people are doing what they want to do and they want to support businesses. But businesses cannot survive. They cannot thrive without the people, purchasing their products.
Most certainly. So if you don't want to then mess with the area of Duranguito, would you look at relocating the arena? Would you look at eliminating that project entirely?
Yes.
How would you go about it?
Don't want to eliminate the project itself. It's a wonderful thing when it comes down to supporting El Paso in that area itself. I've looked at the one thing in Northeast El Paso people don't look at. If for some reason it seems that we seem to walk around with a black eye. They don't support us. It seems like the government forgot about us. Now they've turned around and destroyed Cohen Stadium. They didn't have to do that. It was already paid for. All we had to just modify it, add things to it. But they destroyed it just due to the fact that maybe it was a good old buddy system with a bunch of folks to put something together there. But there's land out there that I've seen. I go by every day and I keep looking at it and I keep saying, we could build right there. And what would it cost us? It would be very, very cost effective to turn on and build in the area between 54 and what's that street? Railroad. And you can see it, and there's new apartments are being built right in that area. And we want to support our military families as well. Without the military, El Paso, not much.
My guest right now has been Dean Dino Martinez, candidate for El Paso mayor. If you want to contact his campaign, you can email dean.wayne.martinezsr@gmail.com or call 915-801-6423. So, Mr. Martinez, thank you very much for coming in and talking about your campaign here today.
Well, bless you. Thank you very much, Andrew. God bless you all. Thank you, folks.
Thank you to all of the candidates for taking the time to speak with us, and hopefully you'll find this useful as you make your decision at the polling place. Don't forget, early voting goes through October 30th, and then Election Day, of course, November 3rd. We will be bringing you live election night results on election night, being live from 7 till at least 9 p.m. as more of those results coming in, checking on those state, local, and national races on News Radio 690 KTSM. So be sure to join us over there or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Talk El Paso, where we stream just about everything that we do. So be sure to go over there and give us a like, share, subscribe, and share your comments. We'll be definitely wanting to know what you think. So thanks for joining us. Hope you found this entertaining and useful. I'm your host, Andrew J. Polk.